What's happening, Sales Ascender? Have you ever been in that place where you're speaking with a prospect and they give you some juicy nuggets and then you assume one thing or another? Dang it. Because then you end up losing the sale. Dang it, twice. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly one technique on how to stop mind reading your prospects. This one's powerful. What's happening, Sales Ascender? Sean here, back at you with another high-ticket tune-up. Hope you're having a great day. It's the middle of the week. Things are great. Today, we're going to talk about something that's really powerful. How to stop mind reading your prospect. So if you've ever mind read your prospect, what does this mean, Sean? Well, a lot of sales people, when they're speaking with somebody, for example, we're in there and you're speaking with a prospect and they say something like, oh man, this looks so great. We have a high probability of working together. I'm excited about this. And they're giving you all the right buying signals. As the salesperson, sometimes we assume that means we're going to get the business. And so from then we just go ahead and we say, oh man, like I got this one, right? And then the next time we have another thing where we're saying, oh, well, hey, I'm going to need a shorter delivery time for this product to come my way. And as a salesperson, you're like, oh man, I'm going to have to rush this deal to get it through, but I really want the sale. So I'm going to try to push forward. And what we're doing as a salesperson is we're taking what the prospect said and actually assuming that that's what they mean, right? And the problem with this is that it's not good communication in the form of we haven't gone deep enough to truly understand the problem. And so the question that came in was actually from Gabe. Gabe said to me, we're having a conversation. He said, Sean, every single time I go to actually coach somebody, they tell me they already have another coach. So how would you actually handle this objection, right? And so with the objection here, let me just pop this on the screen so you can see it. Gabe said this. He said, prospects are telling me they're already working with a coach and it stumps me every time. How should I handle this? So what we talked through was the fact that Gabe is actually mind reading his clients, and that's kind of the big issue. And so the solution to this, when the prospect says to you, well, I already have this or I already have that, again, when we're going into the objection series of handling this particular objection, this is the one that I use that works so well, and you can use it right now. You must be telling me that for a reason. And then just be quiet. Because if a prospect tells me, look, Sean, I already have a sales coach, I don't need another one, I would say something like, you must be telling me that for a reason. And then they're going to turn around, they're going to be like, well, yeah, I mean, like I've been working with this guy for, a year now. Okay. Which means, and you can see how as a salesperson, I'm turning the conversation back on this person about the fact that, you know what, I don't care that you really have a sales coach in the past. I want to know if that sales coach is actually getting you the results that you want to get, because there might be a problem in your world. You already have a coach. That's an indication to me that maybe we should keep talking. And then I ask, you must be telling me that for a reason, to really truly draw out that second or that third piece, because there's a story that I'll tell, not today, but it's called the intellectual smoke screen. In fact, I can tell it today. So an intellectual smoke screen is something that you've had from when you're growing up, when you're a little kid. How it works is this. So little Johnny, right? He's, 5 years old and he's ready for dinner and but he's hungry, and he comes down and he says, hey mom, can I have a cookie? And she goes, no. And so little Johnny walks away, and then the next day, same thing before dinner. Hey mommy, can I have a cookie? No. Okay. So this pattern repeats for a little while. All of a sudden, Johnny's mom gets a little bit upset by this because it continues to happen. And so Johnny comes down, same thing, says, hey mom, can I have a cookie? I'm hungry. And his mom says, Johnny, no, go upstairs and wash your hands and get ready for dinner. And Johnny's like, ooh, that didn't feel good. Like emotionally, that really hurt. And so now that pattern continues. He comes downstairs and he's like, hey mom, can I have a cookie? Same thing happens. She snaps at him. Go upstairs, wash your hands. Go upstairs, wash your hands. And then next thing you know, Johnny says, oh man, he's now 6, 7, 8 years old. Same thing's been happening for the last couple of years. All of a sudden, Johnny walks into the kitchen, says, hey mom, is dinner almost ready? And she goes, no, not quite. Oh, great. Could I have a cookie? Yeah, sure. All of a sudden, he's like, oh, that worked. That is what an intellectual smokescreen is. This is where people get stuck in the sales process, right? Because we've been conditioned growing up that that's the thing that we have. And so when we have intellectual smokescreens, prospects have intellectual smokescreens. And so when somebody comes at you saying, if you're trying, again, going back to Gabe's question, he says, hey, people tell me that I already have a coach. Like, how should I handle this? The answer is, you must be telling me that for a reason. And then act stupid. That's the move. Because what happens is the prospect will then go deeper. He sees or she sees that you now have said, cool, that's probably your smoke screen. Now I'm just going to move it to the side. Why you're telling me that? And then the person says, because if you say, why are you telling me that you already have a coach? Well, that's a little bit too direct and aggressive. So, hey, you must be telling me that for a reason. A lot of tonality, a lot of body language. What's going to tell it with the prospect then will say, oh, this isn't this. okay, which means, okay, and so you're telling me that this coach isn't actually giving you the results that you're trying to get. Oh man, that's tough. And you see how I did that? I never actually attacked the other coach per se. I just used logic and reasoning with very short sentences and words to get the prospect to speak to me. So if someone says, hey, I already have a coach, you must be telling me that for a reason. Watch how well that one works. I promise that will completely tune up your sales game. If you get this objection, that's the one you want to use. With that, you've just been tuned up. Don't forget, there's a sales ascender inside of each and every one of you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, feed the algorithm gods, and we'll talk to you later.